Welcome back, you guys. If you're new around here, make sure to drop a like down below. We're going to take you from 0 to 100k. And well, if you've got a mil already, don't worry, who doesn't want 1.1 mil? So make sure to subscribe, drop a like down below. As I say, if you do enjoy the video and if you want some coins in a quicker way, as usual. So if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description and let's get into it. So first of all, if you have no coins, you're going to need to make some. So you want to do a club gut. So you want to sell managers, badges, flares, all those things that you don't need but go for a decent bit of coins. You can even quick sell a lot of stadiums and stuff like that for like 500. So there's a ton that is quick sellable that you won't even realize. When you got 2k, come back and start filtering. So first of all, gold, common, striker, League One and Leonos. Now, of course, there's a ton in the League One for common methods. Now, right now, commons are up as a whole because of the SBCs, so you've got to capitalize. So these three teams here, along with Nice and Monaco, all 5 of them will give you really solid filters pretty consistently. But if you go for Leonos and you go for striker, you've got Dembele and you've got Lacazette. Now at 950 coins, you've got quite a few pages there, which shows you don't really need a lot to do these ones. So at 900, that's basically the breaker point. There is where there is no more. So we're going to sell these on for a K. We can actually realistically snipe them for 850. So you can grab them for 850, sell them for a K. The EA tax is 50 coins and you're good to go. Now, if you're wondering why I have a duplicate Eusebio, it's because EA like to hand me subtle L's. We do have duplicates because both of them are untradeable and I can't sell either of them, which means I spent 450k on what essentially is 93 rated fodder, which isn't bad. I guess I could have spent 400k and got a player unusable and also fodder that was like 90 rated. I suppose that was the minimum for the SBC, but it still feels like a burn. On very simply to gold, common and Republic of Ireland. So if you go to about, I think 2k, there's nothing there. Let's have a look up there. You're looking at the 3k mark right now. So these are really being railed up. I think there's been a couple SBCs that have required players from Republic of Ireland. It's just quite rare. So I think a lot of people just don't have them. You're looking at around what, 2.3 is probably the cutoff. Yeah, there you go, 2.3. Your 2.4 guaranteed sell on quite easily, maybe even 2.5, but we'll say, you know, actually let's have a look. 2.5, I'd say 2.5, 2.4 you've got, I'd say, right, 2.4, we'll say we'll sell on for 2.4. EA tax is going to be 120 coins, which means there we're making 80 and there we're making 180. So at 2.1, 180 per card, just under the 200 mark, but not bad at all. Obviously nothing to complain about. I would say, especially with filters like these, bidding on these cards, I think you've got a good chance of winning because a lot of people just won't be taking notice of these at all. So a lot of the ones where it is going on bid, you know, the people who are going to go and search and go and try and go out their way to get one of these for an SBC are going to pick up and buy quickly. So I think the bid is going to be the easiest way to win some of these. I think that's where you're going to get your gems on these filters. You can see right now nothing's coming up too swimmingly. Obviously we haven't really spent too much time, but you can tell for a gold common these guys are insanely rare. So 2.3 there. If we do compare price, we're looking for 2.2 or below. Obviously from the looks of things they're a lot less available than I thought they were, so we will try and sell them at 2.5. So I'll try and snipe at 2.2. Here we'll be making 175 coins, so still very close to 200 coins a card and a very solid method when you're building your way up. Now, of course, I've talked about it a lot in videos. There isn't much you can change on the lower end of things. Commons change a lot, but with your 84s and things like that, it's going to be the same. Now, when you do go from your commons to try and build up, a good one to go for is League One, Paris, SPG? Paris, I've gone that completely wrong, but you guys know League One, Spain, PSG, because you've got 2 or 3 83s there, and you've also got yourself Ramos as well. Another filter you'll have similar success with, similar ratings. We've got Cam, Prem League and Chelsea. You've got Havertz and Mount, but you also have Ziyech, who's position change, so he goes for a bit. And one that I almost forget about is Gold Rare Italy and MLS, because these two guys, really easy, 84s. I mean, right now, 84s aren't up that much, so you can actually probably get a lot of these on a bargain. If you want to do this maybe as a miniature investment, for those of you maybe with a few 100,000 coins, when there is an SBC that really requires 84s, these guys should go up. Right now, SBCs are either very low or very high in terms of what you're going to need. I mean, these guys are going for, what, 3.4? Usually they'll go to 5 with most SBCs. Now, I know we've run through some of them before, but the only reason I like to add them in is because people who are new won't have seen those filters, and some people will forget them and really be struggling to build up, especially when we are on a 0 to 100k video. But when you've made yourself around 10 to 20k, you've got a very nice selection of informs over on Uruguay. So if you go to here, if we go to 13k, you've got quite a few of this guy here. You've got Santos there. You can see there's not many pages, but you can see these two are the guys who kind of ruin it. So if we have a look at the cheapest we can get them for, if we have a look, 12k, there's one at 10. I think that 10 is a bit of a steal there. Let's have a look at, there's another at 10. We're going to sell those two for 11 each because I think that's an easy way. Is that a good sell on? 10%. Yeah, that's not bad at all, to be fair. That's actually not bad. So we're still making a dub there. Obviously, 10k is literally minimum. They should never be going for dead minimum. So 11k is a quick sell. And if you do find there's a load under the 12k mark, I mean, you can see here, those 10s are an easy, I mean, 10,750. Informs aren't really meant to go for less than 12k. So this is a really good one to snag them ones on the bottom end. But if you want to up the price of this one, you just pop on Prem League. So you've got 2 filters in the price of 1 here. If you knock it up to 24, that's when you're going to find Nunez and Bentancur, which is mad that an 84 and an 86 are somehow exactly the same. But, you know, the system this year for the market is so different. You're looking at 20, I suppose 24k for the sell on, I would say. EA tax on that is going to be 1.2. So if we go down to here, we're making 800 coins a snipe. You can go down to 21,750 for your snipes, and then you're making a minimum of a K. I'm not too fussed about doing that, but if you'd like to do that and you want to guarantee yourself a bit more profit per card, feel free to do so. You know, it is obviously at your own, not risk, because it's not a risk, you're not losing any coins. It's just at your own personal preference. You know, if you'd rather spend a little bit more time but get more profit for a card than spend less time and get possibly less, you know, you're going to get all variations of cards at 22. You're only losing really, you know, a small selection by going down to 27,750. So it's up to yourselves. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We're going to go in here for the last few seconds. 5, 4, 3. Come on, we just want a 22. Just give us a 22. Right, we'll do another 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The inform market doesn't look hot right now, but don't worry, these filters are. And we've actually had another filter that's actually been turned into a double now. So I love when this happens, when we've already got a filter and then it becomes what is essentially 2 filters. We've got Gold Rare Croatia Premier League. So it's a free one for you guys who haven't seen this already. It is one we've talked about quite a bit. But now Kovacic has an inform, so along with Perisic's specials, you now have a special version of this, which is Perisic and Kovacic, and they're very similar in price. So if we go up to 20k here, I think it might be 30 now. 28 there. So we've got Kovacic and we've got Perisic, very similar in price. So because they're so close together, puts you in a really easy position where you can make a ton. I think that 24 may have been a snipe. We're going to say sell on is probably 26. So, oh, that I might have spoke too soon. 26. EA tax will be 1.3. So realistically, if I can get this done instead of 26, if I can get this sold for like 27, that's a very decent profit. So we'll hope for that. Otherwise, it's only like 200 coins, 100 coins, which isn't great, but we were searching for the price of the cards. I always do say this and I always mess up with it, but if you don't check the price of the cards as you're sniping, you will end up sniping something that you don't want to snipe. You got literally nothing really here at this mark. I'm going to say 26 for the sell on. EA tax will be 1.3, which means we probably want to go for 24 is a 700 coin profit. So realistically, this guy should be profit. I mean, yeah, let's go for that one. Sell him on for 26. That's our first one for profit. That's easy. The cover is most likely profit, but I'm like a bit on the fence about it. Like, I'm not sure, so I'm not going to tell you guys I'm sure. We're going to go for one more of these because we've had quite a nice little run-in of these filters here. We will do a 10 count, and then I have a final little filter just to remind you guys of who forgot. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, obviously this filter here, I've talked about it before. A lot of people kind of overlook it, but I love the old Foot Heroes, and I think they're the absolute base of our market. And if you go Italy, Foot Heroes and Serie A, right now, we have 2 cards that are both pretty much dusted. They've both massively declined in value. You can easily get a Marquisio for 100k. He was 200k not too long ago. So you're going to sell him on for 100. I'd say pick him up for 90. You can easily get him, you know, 92, 500 is not bad. You can easily get him and Di Natale on this filter. They're both going to come up. There is so little competition. I don't know why, but there is so little competition with heroes. You can easily pick them up and they always sell on. There's no like rush. There's no issue. They just sell on. So it's definitely a one you want to have in your locker. But when you push that 0 to 100k and you want to use this to get yourself maybe to the 200k mark. But if you've enjoyed this video or even got a laugh or got a little bit of info about it, just smash that like button. It's all I ask of you guys. And of course, as usual, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.